right. Good morning again. This is Dan Lane with Success Realty. We're going to continue with this Smart CRM training, and we're going to dial into how to set up a property alert. So if you don't remember from previous trainings, kvCore does sync with MLS. And so we are able to use this as a way to send out property alerts rather than using the clunky old Flex MLS to do subscriptions. So this is just going to be a brief little training to show you how to set that up. Now, once you are in your customer screen, so that you're looking at the customer information here, the client journey, and then your action tabs, there are one of two ways that you can set up that property alert. You can do so by clicking on alerts up here, or in the action column, you can scroll down to the alerts here, and we're going to add one. Okay, so we can either do it here at add or up here in alerts, and then we can add one up here. Either way is going to bring you to this page right here, and you can set the title for that search alert. So sometimes maybe your customer's looking for a particular house or maybe a land to purchase to build a house on. You could set up two different searches there. Perhaps mama's thinking more north of town and Papa's thinking south of town. You could set up two different searches. You're just going to name that search whatever it might be. So after you've done your buyer's interview and you have a good idea of what they're looking for, bedrooms, baths, price range, area, that sort of a thing, you can go ahead and set this up. So now we're going to fill in the title. So let's just say if the customer was Paul, we could call it the Mitchell's Home Search. Whatever you want it to be. You have a way of either having it a certain subject line that you want it to go every time that it gets sent to them, or you can just use a dynamic subject line, which it will create its own. Either one is fine. But if you want to alert them of what it's coming, because sometimes emails do go to spam, and so this could be an easy way to do that. So you could say home search from Dan at Success Realty, and then let your customer know that that's how that's going to look for it, so they can find it really easy. Frequency, you can determine how often you want them to get it. Not sure why never is here. Why would you set up a search if it's going to be never? But if you want it ASAP, meaning anytime a new home comes to market, they immediately get that email sent to them. They could do daily if there's anything new, twice weekly, once weekly, twice a month, or monthly. Most people choose twice weekly. This seems to be about the right engagement. And then if you're sending it to Paul and you find out he's got a wife or a significant other, you want to add them as a CC. If you have very few customers right now, I would recommend that you CC it to yourself. That way you can see what your client is getting or customer is getting. So that might be in that CC there as well. Next, we're going to check out the areas. What areas do we want to set that listing up for? And there's two ways that you can do this. You can select the area itself. So let's just say they wanted to be in anywhere in Kent County. You can start typing in Kent, let the system think and give you all the options that have Kent in it. And you can see Kent County's right there at the top. Let's say they were fine anywhere in the Kent and Ottawa County. You could choose two different counties. So again, we start typing out the word that we want in Ottawa County. So now we're searching Kent and Ottawa County. You could do by the city. So if you end up doing by the city, just know that it's going to be the strict city limits area. It's a little vague there what the area is. So if that's the case, it may be helpful to draw it on a map. Okay. So if you draw it on a map, it's going to take any criteria here out of it. So let's do that right now. We're going to draw on the map, and it gives us a map of our general area that we're already listed in. And I'm going to talk to my customer and say, hey, where would you like to be? So if they say, I don't want to be in the city of Grand Rapids, but I want to be north and perhaps to the west, I'm going to drag my map over here, and I will tell you this works best with a mouse. So if you don't have one, I strongly recommend that you get one. You can back up the view. You can zoom out with the negative sign. You can zoom in with the positive sign. And let's say now we have an area that we kind of want to do the Rockford, Allendale area. They're comfortable in that general area. So we're going to draw that area. I'm going to click on the draw. And you'll notice my finger now turns to a plus symbol, a target symbol. And I'm just going to start somewhere and just kind of draw my map all the way around the area that my client or customer has indicated that they're interested in. Now, once I complete that loop, you can see that it grays in. And let's say, hey, I really don't want to be as far out as Coopersville. Great. We can drag this in. We can get it inside of the Coopersville area. We have lots of different options that we can do. We can make it as goofy and fine as we want to be there. Okay? So once we're complete and we feel we've got the correct area for them, we just simply hit Apply Selection down here. All right, and so now that area is on the map, and now we're going to fill in what kind of house are we looking for. So in the listing types, we have certain options here. Are they looking for commercial lease, commercial, condos, vacant land, multifamily, residential lease, or a single family? Most of our searches will be the single family. And then what's our price range? What did our client say that our maximum budget or their maximum budget was? All right, so let's say that they said that they're in at the $450 mark. Great. How many bedrooms did they need? They said they needed at least 3, so we're going to hit the 3+. And for bathrooms, they said at least 2, so we're going to hit the 2+. Or if they said, hey, I need 1 full bath and 1 half bath, you could come in here and add the half bath. Now, I will say that the more criteria you put in here, the less results you're going to get. Okay, so we want to keep this as minimal as possible, letting our client know, like, hey, some of these may not apply to you. Just click on the ones that you really do like, and let's talk about visiting those and seeing them in person. Okay, do they require land? Is there a certain square footage? Do they require a certain year built? Maybe they have strict allergies, and so they don't want to be anything around lead paint, so anything after 1978, that sort of a thing. Any general options here, if they're 55 and plus, or if they're only interested in those with open houses, that sort of thing. Needs a pool, perhaps a water view or waterfront, whatever it may be. Finance options we don't see a ton of, but let's say that you had an investor that was only interested in foreclosures. This might be a way to do it. And then structural options. The one you may see here quite often is the master on the main and the garage space there. So let's say our buyers needed a 2-car garage. We would click on that 2-car garage. Okay. And now you can do one of two things. You can set that alert and it will start that twice weekly email, or you can do a save and send immediately. So whatever the system finds in that criteria, it's going to send it to them right away. For our intents and purposes, we're going to hit set alert, click on that, and we'll see all the houses that fit that criteria in the area that we surrounded. Okay. And again, we're really good agents, and so we may scroll through these ourselves and say, wow, based on this one, here's one that I'm going to send to them right away. We can simply click on it. I recommend that you open it up in a new tab. And then you can view that house, and if you're right, that one does look like a hot one that they're going to want to see right away, you can easily email that to them right over here, send via email. Okay? But always, always, always check and see what the house is all about. We'll do a little more training on that when we get to the listings training here in a couple more shots. All right, so you can see that there's all 18 are available. We could view all of those. Over here you can see the 2 alerts. You can easily turn them on, turn them off. You can edit them. You can even delete it. Okay, so that is how you set up a property alert. If you were to set that up and you saw no houses in here, then you're going to want to go back and edit it and change some of the criteria. Maybe you want to widen out the search area a little bit. Perhaps you want to go to 2 bedrooms versus 3. Maybe take off the 2-car garage and put 1. Those sorts of things. So this is how you set up a property alert on a customer. This is a very valuable tool. Anytime that you engage with someone, you ought to set up a property alert. Just get them motivated. Anytime they do enter into the system and look at one of those property alerts, you're going to get alert on your main page on your dashboard there, so that anytime that they look at a property, for some reason it's not working here. There we go. On that main page, anytime they look at something, they're going to see it. You're going to see it here that they viewed that listing. Okay? All right, this has been kvCore training, how to set up a property alert in the Smart CRM. I'm Dan with Success Realty. If you have any questions, reach out to me at homesbydan616@gmail.com. Again, that's homesbydan616@gmail.com. Thanks and have a great day.